This is a progress report on the new development of MIRNA and the new features that we're working on right now. The new thing we're working on right now is to integrate the quote process to the client process, taking the quote process and make it a little more rich, and then taking those features and having them propagate all the way through the policy creation process. Let's take a look at what we're working on now. In the old days, we would click on new quote to create a new quote, and that would create a quote in MIRNA that was actually separate from the client information. And then later on, when an application was submitted to us, we would have to marry those two together. Now we're going to go ahead and click on New Client. And when we click on New Client, the dealer number will pop up, and we're going to let MIRNA assign a dealer number. You can see that we have lots of new customer types in here. If the customer happens to be a motorcycle dealer and a snowmobile dealer, you can click on that. Maybe he rents out trailers as well. So we have the ability to match customer types, multiple customer types to a single customer. Also, the business types that the customer have is a little more rich. If they're a full line dealer, we can click on that. If they're an individual owner, we can click on that. Perhaps they're also using Bill's eWeb Renter software, and they're interested in RVDA, RVRA information. Maybe we can put some payment options in here. If they want to pay by credit card, we can click on that. And then if they came to us from Diversified, we can click on that. So you can see we can match lots of different customer information to the prospect as we're building them. The other thing we're going to do is, as we type in the customer's name, MIRNA will search the database, both the quote section and the previous client section, to find out if the customer is already a previous MBA insured with us or has got a quote out there already. Let's take, for example, we were typing in the customer's name, Jerry Greer. You can see that as I type in, it runs a little JavaScript in the background, and it has identified that in the past in the database there is a Jerry Greer in there already. So if I click on that, you can see that it will then populate the information, and you can see that I already have a Jerry Greer from Delaware County in Sunbury, Ohio. And if I go down to policies, I can click on show policies, and you can see that they have had policies with us in the past. You can also see that the notes field will be populated as well. So at this point, I can go create a new quote for them and requote them again, or look at their policy information. Okay, if it's not a new customer, then Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at how we handle a new prospect who is not an MBA customer, who's not previously in our database. They're coming to us for their very first time. So we're going to click on New Client, let the MIRNA assign a dealer number to it. We're going to go ahead and click in and assign it a customer type, business type. By the way, these first two lines are mandatory. Anything below this is not, but you have to assign it at least one customer type and have to assign at least one business type. But if they want to go ahead and get ACH and they're interested in some commercial lines as well, we'll put that in here. Let's go ahead and type in, let's see here, let's make this Michael Reynolds is calling us today, and his phone number is this. You see as I'm typing, it's looking for previous phone numbers, but we're going to reject that and make this a brand new customer. And I'm going to go ahead and add a quote to this customer now. And we're going to go ahead and quote him Arizona primary, and type in his company name here. And email address. Okay, here we go. So now, once I've saved that quote, and then I would email the quote out to them as we would normally do. Now here's what happens when the quote comes in now. If I click on the quote that comes in, you can see that I have a link here, and when I click on the link, it's going to open up the online application. Okay, here's the online application. So rather than printing out the PDF application, the customer will then fill this application out online. He'll also fill out the vehicle data form online and any other forms that we happen to send them. Once you send the request in, it will come into MIRNA Under the client information, there'll be a queue down here for incoming quotes, and the agent who reviews the quote will then take a look at it and then go ahead, and at that point it will be populated with all of the vehicle information, the VIN information, the value, the start date. At that point, the agent will then go ahead and submit that for approval, and once it's approved, it will populate as a new customer. Okay, that's kind of what we're working on for MIRNA right now.